The Raiders will finish bottom of the league again next year if they do not ace the 2025 NFL Draft. Right now, the Raiders roster is bare of talent. They need a new coaching staff, and every team in the AFC West except the Raiders made the playoffs this year. We are going through dark times with the Raiders, but we know how they can ace their first 3 picks in the 2025 NFL Draft and getting a jumpstart on rebuilding this franchise.
First off, Emmett, the Raiders need a quarterback, but it just sucks that a third of the NFL was just awful this year, and the Raiders ended up having the 6th pick in the 2025 draft, which means they will likely be unable to land top quarterback prospects like Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward. However, there's still time for you to subscribe to our channel, and you should also sub if you agree that it is just a flat-out bummer that the Raiders didn't land a top 5 pick in this draft. You know, the Raiders could draft prospects like Jalen Milroe, Carson Beck, or Quinn Ewers at 6, but I don't think they will draft those guys at this point in time just because I feel as though all those picks would be a pretty big reach. Instead, let's go get a shutdown corner. Let's go get a guy that can be a Pro Bowler for years to come, and that is Will Johnson from Michigan. Johnson didn't play much this past season just because he got hurt, but he showed NFL ability last year, and he was one of the best corners in the country as a sophomore. Johnson is 6'2", 200 pounds, and one of his greatest strengths is playing in man coverage. Plus, Emmett, the cornerback spot opposite of Jack Jones, got a little bit shaky when Jacorian Bennett got injured and placed on the IR. And I'm not saying that Bennett is bad, but when you can upgrade a premium spot like corner, you have to take that swing.
Since the Raiders decided to not select a quarterback in the first round, let's draft one in the second. As a disclaimer, I don't think this guy should be named the starting quarterback right off the bat. I know this idea is kind of outside the scope of this video, but the Raiders should also bring in a veteran quarterback like Sam Darnold if the Vikings don't retain him, Kirk Cousins, or even Justin Fields just to compete with this rookie quarterback because they need to revamp that quarterback room before the start of next season. With all that being said, there is a guy who has been flying under the radar despite being on the national level for a few years now. And being a Heisman finalist this year, that quarterback is Dillon Gabriel from Oregon. And I know Gabriel doesn't have great size, but he's deadly accurate, can throw with anticipation, and can make plays with his legs. He has also started 60 games during his college career, and this is such an important factor because we've seen how getting extensive experience in college has really helped guys like Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix acclimate to the NFL level faster than your typical rookie quarterback.
Lastly, would you believe me if I told you that the Raiders could land this year's version of Jahmyr Gibbs? And you could also get him in the 3rd round. The Raiders can draft Treveyon Henderson from Ohio State in the 3rd round. The Raiders running back room consists of Zamir White, Amir Abdullah, and Alexander Madison. Not awful players, but the running back room can definitely afford an upgrade. Henderson has the skill set to be an every down workhorse, but I think he can be a great change of pace back. Every team is looking for that great 1-2 punch in their backfield, that lightning and thunder combo, and Henderson perfectly fits that lightning mold just like Jahmyr Gibbs. He's both explosive and straight line fast. He's strong enough to run between the tackles, and he has the speed to be used out in space. Last but not least, he is a great receiving weapon. He can run routes out of the backfield and even from the slot. I really don't know what else I can say to convince you that he could be a game changer for this Raiders offense. Can you just imagine an offense with him, Brock Bowers, and another really good wide receiver? The next offensive play caller for the Raiders will have lots of skill and talent to work with, especially if they want to keep pace with the Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos.
But guys, tell us what you think in the comments. We are dying to hear what changes you think the Raiders should make. Thank you so much for watching Where They Are Fell Show, and we'll see you in the next video.